I'm County Executive Ken Jenkins, and today is March 10th, 2025, and this is our weekly update. We certainly are going to hear from our Deputy County Executive, Richard Wishney. We'll talk a bit about the things that are happening with the Public Service Commission and certainly the proposed rate increase from Con Edison. We're going to have an opportunity to see our Executive Director of the Youth Bureau, Ernest McFadden, and our friends from Grandpa's United, and then we'll wrap up talking about some of the great things that have happened this weekend as far as Section 1 basketball is concerned, and wrap up with a report from the nationally accredited award-winning park system that the Deputy County Executive will do. But we're going to start this afternoon with our municipal guest, who's a great friend and a personal friend for so many years, who has been representing with distinction the village of Buchanan. The village of Buchanan has about 2,300 people. It's one of the smallest municipalities in Westchester County, but it is small but mighty, is the way that we always lovingly say it. Certainly, Mayor Knickerbocker has been our leader there in the village for so many years, but again, there's so many great things that are happening. It is a bucolic and wonderful location on the Hudson. And with that, let me turn over to the mayor of the village of Buchanan, good friend, Mayor Teresa Knickerbocker.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And thank you for the kind words, as always. Yes, the village of Buchanan, the wonderful, beautiful village of Buchanan, still what I'd like to say is small town USA. So I'm going to start off with always a hot topic, Indian Point, and just a little overview. The closure announcement was in 2017, and the final cessation of the Unit 3 was April 30th, 2021. And fortunately, during that time for the village of Buchanan, we had a strong leadership team. We had a wonderful board, and we also had a team of our attorney, everyone was involved, and it was Team Buchanan. We were going to survive. And we did. We did survive. A lot of other communities did not. They had more challenges or had a more difficult time, like Zion, Illinois. So even though decommissioning has been pushed out for several years because of, as we all know, the discharge water litigation, the segmentation of the internals continue. So what that is inside the reactor, the internals are actually being cut up underwater, put into a shipping container, and shipped off-site. I get asked this question a lot. Can Indian Point go back online? Unfortunately, no, it cannot. They're too far along in the segmentation process. So as you see in Michigan and other parts, they are putting their plants back online, but we're too far beyond that. Another thing we're working on, there's 240 acres of beautiful property on the Hudson River, and we are currently doing setting up a rezoning of it. It's a beautiful piece of property. There's no railroad tracks over it, and it's really the village of Buchanan's future. So there's much opportunity on that piece of property to develop it. The next thing that we have going on, which has not happened in a long time, is we have a lot of construction. We have a lot of apartment construction. We have a building of 148 units, 5-story, which is usually not the character of the village. Usually we're mostly homes. And that's construction has started. The next one is a 51 unit that has been approved. So in one of the local papers, they said Buchanan is having a population explosion. So for us, 2,300, 200 more apartments. So yeah, that's a population explosion for us. Maybe not for everyone else, but for us, it's a big population explosion. We are working on our pool. What we're seeing is a trend of people moving south, coming into the village. It's a beautiful place to raise children, beautiful place for seniors. I see some seniors here. You're welcome anytime you want to come. So it's a beautiful community, and it's a nice mix of people. And we're working on our kiddie pool. We really need to upgrade that. That's one of the things we're working on. We're working on a lot of things. Next week is the annual St. Patrick's Day Parade, Sunday at 2 p.m., so March 16 at 2 p.m. And one of the things I'm most proud of, and this has been a long time coming, and I'm happy to still be on the village board at this time to see this come to fruition, is the upgrade of our sewer treatment plant. The plant was originally made in 1962. There was a lot of construction at that time. The Indian Point power plants were being built, so we have our own sewer treatment plant. So we have done some upgrades, but we really needed to get into the new technology. So we're going to be getting a new aeration equipment and replacement of aeration tanks. And this took so long to do because it's securing the funds. This is a $12 million project. So for the Village of Buchanan, this is a big project. So the funds that we were able to get, a WQIP grant for $1.62 million, a WIA grant for $2.73, and the biggest thing is when Entergy had closed, they had a $7 million grant for the community, and the town of Cortland and the Village of Buchanan were supposed to share that money, but the village made an intermunicipal agreement with the town, allowing the town to use our sewer treatment plant. So the town has kindly said that the Village of Buchanan can have the total $6.75 million. So we will be starting construction this year. I'm very excited about it, very excited. It's nice to see something you worked on so hard, you finally see the end to it. So yes, breaking ground. And that's all the kind of fun things we're having. And so any other projects? That's enough for us right now. We got our hands full, but thank you so much for the opportunity to be here.
Of course.
Thank you.
Sounds like exciting things happening.
Yes. A lot of work.
A lot of exciting things happening in the Village of Buchanan with the population boom, with the construction of additional housing units. That's really important for everyone to do that. And again, it's helpful because the village does count on so many things that are happening, and whether those were wastewater recovery facilities that happen and the investments that have been made all together. Again, the tremendous work from Mayor Buchanan, her entire team of trustees that are in the Village of Buchanan, the professionals that are in the village, working together with the municipality, with all of the local residents to make sure that things happen. So again, congratulations on the great work that's going on there, Mayor, and we look forward to coming up and visiting. Definitely soon, and we'll give another shout out for their St. Patrick's Day Parade on the Sunday, on Sunday the 16th at 2 p.m. and be there and making sure that we have our green on to make sure that we're representing everyone well. So again, thank you so much. Speaking of that green things, and that was a great question that was been posed to the village that Mayor has asked to answer so many different times about Indian Point and whether it could come back online. Many people do recognize that Governor Hochul, in her budget and in the state of the state speech, talked about the reinvestment or reinvigoration of packaged power plants or nuclear power plants, but those are not going to be in any of the Hudson Valley. That includes us here in Westchester, so no proposals for the Hudson Valley or New York City or Long Island. And again, there's some particular opportunities, but with all the challenges that are happening out there right now, for nuclear power, they have some different opportunities, and the governor has been proposing and has proposed to do some of those, again, outside of those heavily populated areas. That's really what the concern is. So again, for us here in the Con Edison region, we've been, and I've been calling out Con Ed specifically on the proposed rate hikes as a blatant cash grab and concern with all of our local legislators, the county legislators, our state officials, the governor, and everyone together that has been screaming loudly to make sure that we can have and calling for a public hearing here in Westchester County, not just wherever else they would have them, but an opportunity for the people of Westchester to make their voices heard. And we hope that that's going to happen, and we're going to continue to demand that. And certainly the Public Service Commission should pull a plug on this proposal and have a plan that actually works for the consumers and not just at Con Ed's bottom line. So again, we always recognize the need for reliable energy and infrastructure improvements, but passing those costs on to consumers without the transparency and accountability that's necessary is just unacceptable. Just for a reminder, Con Ed's proposed rate hikes for 2026 would raise electricity rates by 11.4%, and natural gas rates by 13.3%. We saw so many people that were concerned about the delivery component of their electricity bill for Con Edison. So it's divided into both the delivery, which are the pipes and the things that the wires and transmission lines that get down to someone's house, and for the gas, it's the pipes. And again, 11.4% increase would be, if you have a $1,000 bill, which many people were showing that they had, would be another $100 per month. And again, that's just not something that is sustainable, and we need to make sure that we're all fighting together and making our voices heard at those public hearings. And we want one to happen in Westchester County, and we're going to work with our colleagues on the County Board of Legislators to take some additional action. So Westchester families deserve to be heard, and we know Con Ed believes that this rate hike is justified, but they should also be willing to face the public and explain that reasoning. So again, we're going to continue to call for Con Ed to have a proposed public hearing here in Westchester County, and we're going to work as hard as we can to make sure that happens. Switching gears. At this time, we're going to ask our Westchester Youth Bureau Executive Director, Ernest McFadden, to come up, and then we'll make sure that we have our White Plains Youth Bureau and a great friend, Executive Director Frank Williams, come up as well, and we'll have some of the members here as well come up and stand with them for Grandpas United here in White Plains. So, it's McFadden, right?
Good afternoon. Thank you, Mr. County Exec Jenkins, and I see my good friends, Deputy County Exec Richard Wishney in attendance. Thank you for joining me today. I'm joined today by my colleague, Susan Weissman, who manages a number of programs for us, and she's also oversees food security for Westchester. So thank you for joining me, Susan. I'm excited about today. First, my name is Ernest McFadden, Executive Director for the Westchester County Youth Bureau. The work that we do, we don't do it alone. And I'm super, super excited about talking about an initiative that the Youth Bureau wants to endorse for this year. It's titled Partnership Matters. We here at the county, I'll tell you a little bit about some of the work that we do. We operate programs that supports young people. We provide quality, safe, supervised programming for young people that really promotes social, emotional, physical, psychological, and educational well-being of young people. That's really the core of what we do at the Youth Bureau. We're charged with providing resources, financial support, technical assistance, as well as we go out and we do professional development. A member of our team, we put on professional developments twice a month, so we invite our community partners to sign up for those professional development, and it covers the gamut, if you would. In 2024, just to give you some context, in 2024, we operated nearly 200 programs throughout the county of Westchester. So that's from the borders of Buchanan all the way to the city of Mount Vernon and Yonkers. And we covered the gamut. We had after-school programs. I see some of my good friends here from Grandpa United here. We're a proud supporter of the Grandpa United program in a number of our communities. We touch collectively the lives of over 100,000 young people in Westchester. And that's whether it's our summer camps that we support, whether it's our summer youth employment program that we support, along with our Department of Social Service. We've been fortunate at the Youth Bureau that we have been maintaining a 5-year public partnership with New York Presbyterian to hire young people during the course of the summer that may fall just out of the income guideline for our traditional summer youth employment program. So we're excited about that. And so the piece I really want to talk about is this concept about partnership matters. You know, the Youth Bureau is the one that gets the tagline, but my goal under my leadership is really put a face on the work that we do. We touch young people's lives every day. We call on our partners, whether or not it's the youth bureaus, whether or not it's the My Brother's Keeper, whether or not it's the Boys and Girls Club, whether or not it's the YMYWCA, they actually touch the young people. We facilitate them by providing resources and technical assistance where necessary. So I'm really excited about the launch of the partnership. Let me tell you a little bit about what I'm referring to when I say the partnership matters. The framework for the Westchester County Youth Bureau Partnership Matters is designed of highlighting effective collaboration between youth-serving organizations and community partners to enhance and support the well-being of young people in our respective communities. And so the goal each quarter is to come before you with another partner to talk about what they're doing within their community, almost, again, putting a face on the names of programs that you see. Additionally, it provides an opportunity for young people to see what's taking place in their communities. Because I'm sure many of us have heard from young people, oh, there's nothing to do. And so this is an opportunity for us to come before you so young people can kind of see, oh, I live on Lake Street. Well, the White Plains Youth Bureau is 1 block over from you. I live on Main Street in Peekskill. The Youth Bureau is right there. And so it's those kind of initiatives that I want to be able to bring forward once a quarter with the support of the DCE and the county exec, just to kind of share with people on what we're doing. Key components of the partnership matters is maintaining, building strong strategic partners, sharing resources and knowledges that we have, identifying and addressing challenges that hinders young people from participating in programs, particularly young people from underserved community where they may not be aware of a program that's taking place in their respective communities or the community right next door to them. Ensuring that young people have access to mentorship, training, and programs. The topic today, what we want to just touch on, and I've asked one of my good friends and one of our community partners, the White Plains Youth Bureau, to join us today. We want to talk about youth engagement and youth advocacy. We've seen it in the past couple of months. We've seen it come to action. In December of '24, we concluded with supporting the Department of Social Service in their holiday drive. We brought 7 communities together through the My Brother's Keeper initiative, and we supported that initiative to the tune of 500 items for young people who are in need. Another component of the youth advocacy, each year with our partners, the youth bureaus around the county, and there are 7 of them in the county, we take young people up to Albany and advocate for dollars in the state budget. I'm pleased to say that in the governor's 2023 budget, there's an increase in youth development money, there's an increase in sports and education money, there's an increase in youth employment for young people, and there's also an increase in dollars for homelessness among young people. Westchester County Youth Bureau, we are the chartered organization that's in charge of the youth homelessness in Westchester, and we do it through our partnership with the Children's Village. So that's a little bit about this whole partnership matters and what I want to do during the next couple of months as we go through the end of the year. But I want to sort of bring it to life again and ask one of my good partners from the White Plains Youth Bureau to come up, and I see he has some of his Grandpa United to join us and talk a little bit about what takes place on the grounds of the city of White Plains.
Coming up, thank you. Thank you, Ernest, and our county exec and our deputy county exec and our community of Westchester. We're excited and happy to be here. We know that when we work together, we're stronger together than we are apart. And as executive director of the White Plains Youth Bureau, I am overjoyed at the work that we do in White Plains to help our young people reach their full potential. We know that when we work together, we're stronger, we're healthier, our communities are stronger and healthier, and the fruit of our labor is that young people graduate from high school, they go on to college and career, and they live a healthy, productive life. And we do that in parcel because of the support from Westchester County, the County Youth Bureau under the leadership of Ernest McFadden. So we work hard together. And one of the beauties and benefits of the White Plains Youth Bureau is that we're open 6 days a week. I'm in my office oftentimes 6 and 7 days a week because we want to make sure that our young people have opportunities, as Ernest mentioned, resources, training, employment, mentoring, and now as we are in a season of mental health, we want to make sure that our young people have people that they can go to when they experience stress and anxiety. With me is Grandpas United. And in 2018, we started this group because we know that so many of our young people are growing up in homes without a father figure or a male figure. And we know that having a father figure in a child's life means a hero, a pattern, a trend, someone that they can emulate. And so these men, they go into schools and homes and community center, and they provide services and a hand and a heart so that our young people have someone to look up to. In addition to that, we started a new program called Jumpstart for Dads, and that is to work with our fathers to make sure that our fathers, our men, are connected. With the support of the Westchester County Youth Bureau, we have a lot of opportunities and resources. I pinch myself living in White Plains and being in Westchester County at the resources that are available in this county, in White Plains, thanks to the County Youth Bureau. We're funded sports and education. We're funded youth court. We're funded health and fitness. We're funded training. We are funded because we know that when you invest in young people, you're investing in the future of our nation. So I applaud Ernest and his staff, his team, for this program because we know that partnership does matter. And when we work together, we're healthier. Now, another initiative that's coming up this coming Thursday at the County Center in partnership with the County Youth Bureau and DSS is our upcoming 10th annual New York Fathering Conference. We know that when fathers are active, engaged in the home, in the community, it rids itself from many of the challenges that so many of our young people face and involved with. So I want to encourage our community to participate Thursday from 8:30 to 3 o'clock at the County Center. I want to thank the county exec and Ernest and the deputy county exec for their leadership, for their service. And we know that working together, my proverb is that the ants ate the elephant. So thank you, and I look forward to seeing you at the County Center on this coming Thursday. Thank you.
All right, so once again, we want to say thank you to our Executive Director with the White Plains Youth Bureau, Frank Williams, all the grandpas that were here from Grandpas United. They were shy because they don't say how much work that they do. You made us think. It emulated. It started with Jim and the team in White Plains, but they are around Westchester County doing so many things. If memory serves me correctly, I'm going to do this, and they'll help correct me if I'm wrong. I know they've been in Portchester. I know they've been up in Peekskill. I know that they've been in one of our cities, whether it's Mount Vernon or in Ossining as well, and New Rochelle. So I was going to say New Rochelle because I was like either Mount Vernon or New Rochelle, Ossining, Peekskill, Portchester. I know it sounds like the Metro North stations, but the reality is that the grandpas and that interaction is so good for everyone. And as our Executive Director of the White Plains Youth Bureau said, Frank Williams said, that when there's the father figures that are involved, they have so much great success, and they have great success in Grandpas United. So we want to continue to encourage them to make sure that they're continuing that work. For everyone around Westchester County, we thank them all for volunteering. None of them, they're volunteering, but they get really cool shirts, right? and hats together, right? And certainly our Executive Director from the Westchester County Youth Bureau, and Sue Weissman, Ernest McFadden and Sue Weissman that are here, and the tremendous amount of work that happens throughout the investments with Investing Kids, which I believe is going to come up again this year. And people should get ready for putting in and submitting those proposals to make sure that we can continue to make sure that we're invested in our future, and that's our young people. So again, thank everyone, Grandpas United, Frank Williams, Ernest McFadden, Sue Weissman, and everyone else that's been a part of making sure that this happens. At this time, I'm going to ask the Deputy County Executive to come up and give us some more good news of things that are happening. Mr. DC.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. As the County Executive and the Deputy County Executive of Grandpas, we'd like to get hats and shirts just like you're wearing. All right. That's good to hear. Well, we do want to give a little bit of an update to our riders of our B-Line bus service, and there's an Easy Pay Reduced Fare Metro Card program, and Westchester County is working diligently to get Omni on the B-Line system and thank passengers for their patience. Until B-Line accepts payments via the new system, Omni fares cannot be recognized as valid transfers on B-Line. All B-Line passengers who regularly transfer to and from New York City transit buses and subways should continue to use MetroCard until the Omni is officially introduced on the B-Line bus system. The Easy Pay program will end on March 23rd this year, and at that time, your Easy Pay Reduced Fare MetroCard will no longer be able to be used as a transit fare. To continue to use MetroCard at the reduced rate, call 511 to request a regular reduced fare MetroCard. There is no need to reapply. The regular reduced fare MetroCard should arrive by mail about 2 weeks after it's requested. To add value, you can visit the MetroCard van at the county center between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. or at subway stations. Alternatively, you can visit MetroCard van when it visits Westchester to obtain a temporary reduced fare MetroCard. Mr. County Executive, that's our report.
Thank you, Mr. DCE. And again, it's really important as we are trying to transition. New York City had already transitioned on the New York City MTA lines to the Omni system, and now we're trying to make sure that the B-Line system is going to be able to match that, and that's been an ongoing effort. And we really think about that again, that we want to make sure everyone's aware that this date is coming up, and to get those reduced fares on March 23rd, 2025, to make sure you're following up to ensure that you'll be able to add value with the MetroCard van that stops at the county center. And so while we're thinking about the county center, we know that over the past weekend, we had those Section 1 championships that happened at the White Plains mecca of basketball, right? The people look around, and again, they're really excited about this. Young people remember the times that they were on that floor in Section 1 doing competing and being able to achieve, and that's the greatest opportunity for them a lot of times for their going up the line. So again, we want to congratulate our Westchester winners from Section 1 over the weekend. So in Class AAA, the great city of New Rochelle, right? Again, New Rochelle, Class AAA champions. Class A champions, Byram Hills. Class B, Woodlands School. And Class C, the Tuckahoe school system. So again, for the boys' side, New Rochelle, AAA, Class AAA, Byram Hills, Class A, Class B, Woodlands, and Class C, Tuckahoe, and that's on the boys' side, the Section 1 winners. We always like to say everyone that's competing is a winner, but the reality is somebody gets the gold ball and someone works on as hard as they can for the following year. On the girls' side, in AA, Class AA, Rye, the city of Rye, and Class A, Ardsley. Class B, the Yonkers Montessori Academy, which is a note because it was their first time winning from the girls' side for Yonkers Montessori Academy, or otherwise known as YMA. And Class C on the girls' side as well, Tuckahoe. So we want to congratulate those Tuckahoe Tigers that have won on the girls' and the boys' side. And again, for the girls, Rye, Ardsley, YMA, Yonkers Montessori Academy, and Tuckahoe. Again, it is such a tremendous opportunity for those folks that are playing on that brand new floor that the Westchester Knicks play on the same way. So again, congratulations. They all now go on to the different levels of championship for the state, and we're going to wish each and every one of them well as they continue on their journey for this New York State public school championships and those work that's going on. So we'll wish them all the best of success. We're going to keep our fingers crossed for all of them, right, to make sure that they can continue to move forward. everyone that's been outside over the last few days, and specifically today. I know that we all took a look at it. I know some folks had their sunglasses on because it looks beautiful. It's almost 60 degrees outside, which means it's time for golf. So for those duffers that are out there, right, and there's a few that are sitting in the room with us today that are ready for golf, and because of that outstanding weather, we are going to open for golf. It's going to be all 4 of the courses that are going to open on Wednesday, March 12th, because we're going to be in the 60s. Some places I heard it might get up to 70s. I didn't see that here in Westchester, but what I've been told is there's no such thing as a bad day at golf. It's only a bad day at work. But again, the golf season is going to be open again for the Westchester County courses. Again, we always make sure to recognize how much recognition they get from their national awards. But you can hit the fairway, make birdies, and play like a champ. So Dunwoody and Spring Lake in Yonkers are going to open. Maple Moore in White Plains and Saxon Woods in Scarsdale is going to open Wednesday, March 12th. Hudson Hills and Ossining, Mahansick and Yorktown Heights will going to be open the following week on March 19th. Of course, weather and conditions permitting. So our 6 public golf courses offer scenic fairways, challenging layouts, top-notch facilities for all skill levels. Enjoy this beautifully maintained greens, stunning landscapes, and affordable play, which comes from your tax dollars. So again, whether you're a seasoned golfer or a beginner, a great round awaits you. So more information, make sure you go to our county website at westchestercountygov.com or westchestercountyny.gov, and you'll be able to see that. So with that, we're going to turn over to the Deputy County Executive to go through the parks, recreation, and conservation activities. Mr. DC.
Thank you, sir. You know, Ernie McFadden, he's really generally a really happy guy, but when the county executive mentioned golf today, holy mackerel, was he excited. Well, we hope a lot of our neighbors will join you, Ernest, out there on the golf course. And we're also very excited about our nationally accredited and award-winning Parks Department, who do a wonderful job all year long. And they have some special events planned for this coming week for our children aged 3 to 6 at the Hilltop Hanover Farm on March 13th from 10 a.m. To 11 a.m. The children can explore the world around them by combining storytelling with hands-on activities on the farm. And this event takes place indoors, which looks like they could even hold it outdoors. The weather's really shaping up. The program will run again on March 27th and April 3rd. On Saturday, March 15th, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., there's a big event, and that is the opportunity for those of us that are looking for summer employment to learn about, apply, and interview on the spot for a variety of Westchester County Parks seasonal jobs. The many positions include nature camp counselors, recreation attendants, lifeguards, and much more. The locations span the entire Westchester County park systems at 50-plus facilities. And at the county center, you can go directly to the little theater where the interviews will take place. And on Sunday, March 16th, from 12 to 2, there will be an open house at the Miller House in White Plains. You can drop in to visit the former home of Ann and Elijah Miller and an average colonial Westchester family whose lives were changed forever when George Washington and his army fought for American independence. And finally, sir, on also Sunday, March 16th, from 1:30 to 2:30 at the Del Bello Muscoot Farm, this will be the last opportunity to help us end the sugaring season by collecting the last bit of sap and untapping the trees. In this private, hands-on tour, participants will learn about the tapping process of maple sugaring in reverse. Sessions are every half hour and are limited to one group for each time slot. It's $25 per group of 6. Thank you, Mr. County Executive.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
and I'm going to be interested in identifying more what reverse sugaring is. We'll find that out, and the Deputy County Executive will report on that next week. And certainly I know that there were many people that paid attention from what I heard from the last week, and when they get the Parks e-newsletter by signing up at parks.westchestergov.com. But they went to the pancake ceremonies both at Muscoot over the past weekend, and they were able to take some of the sugary syrup, the syrup tapping that they had done, and even for the $6.72, because we're still trying to figure that out together, because when it was read off last week, and we all looked around and said $6.72. That was just such a unique number that it happened. So again, well, one, thank you all for participating and listening with us this week. We had some great information that came to us, certainly from Mayor Teresa Knickerbocker from the Village of Buchanan, our friends here from Ernest McFadden, who is the Executive Director of the Westchester County Youth Bureau with Sue Weissman, and then all the Grandpas United. Mr. Deputy County Executive, I do have the hat and the shirt, so thank you so much. When they came to visit the last time, you weren't quite Deputy County Executive yet, so I'm sure that they're going to make a visit, because again, the Grandpas United folks love doing that. But again, but the truth is, it's a great program, and it's a great intergenerational program. It's great for the young people, but it's also great for grandpas, because grandpas rock, right? Right? And as the story is been going, grandpas, not gramps, not grumps, if I remember correctly, from hearing that story correctly. And there's great work that continues to be done with all of that. We certainly had an opportunity to find out some more information about what's happening on the Beeline bus system, make sure we're taking advantage of that. And finally, we want to make sure to remind everyone that we have a lot of celebrations going on in celebration of the High Holy Days, which everyone recognizes as St. Patrick's Day around here in Westchester County. And certainly we had some great events that have happened already, including here in White Plains, where Cardinal Dolan was here, and he stayed the whole time. I was very impressed about that, and the great work that the White Plains team did for the state of White Plains did under that leadership of John Martin, to be able to move those things forward. Again, it was a great festivity. But we know upcoming this weekend, besides St. Patrick's Day itself, we have here at the county, the recognition that we have for Irish Heritage celebration, Irish Heritage Month. That is on the 12th. Make sure you RSVP for that if you'd like to attend. That's on March 12th at 5:30 p.m. And then going into the weekend, I know that we have the Peekskill Parade that happens on Saturday. That's at 3 o'clock up in the city of Peekskill for St. Patrick's Day. And then on Sunday, we have the Village of Buchanan. That's at 2 p.m. We also have at 1:30 the villages of Sleepy Hollow and Tarrytown. They do that one. That's kind of a long walk. I'll get my walk in and the steps in for that one. And then in the afternoon at 3 o'clock, the town of Eastchester with another wonderful St. Patrick's Day celebration, leading right into the 17th on Monday, where it's St. Patrick's Parade in New York City, the largest parade, first one in the world. We'll look forward to doing that, and certainly have some more good activities going on. Obviously, there's not all the St. Patrick's Day parades that are going on. There's ones that follow to make sure that everyone can celebrate, and there's just a great job to make sure that there's distribution, because there's only so much of some of us to go around. Although I know our Westchester County pipes and drums from at least the county PBA get split up into so many places, so we can make sure to represent everyone. So again, I'm County Executive Ken Jenkins. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure that you take advantage and look around at all the great things that we have going on in Westchester. If there's anything else that comes up, we'll be back to you. Thanks again for watching, and have a great day.